A very complicated job, but I love simple things so much. One move, one push. One touch. One love. One click. One XBet.
Trying to get the skin of your dream for a long time but can't get it in any way? On our website you have a unique opportunity to get your favorite knife. Users on our site can hand out skins themselves, and participants need to fulfill some simple conditions. For example, watch a video or buy a case on our website. After that, you automatically become a member of the distribution. Go to the user giveaways tab and do what you like. Hellcase.
Watch the matches with BO3.GG, the official stats partner of CCT. Check out AI-powered predictions in live matches. Get access to live scoreboards packed with in-depth weapons and grenade statistics. Check out round maps in the match results. Extend your game vision with BO3.GG.
Yo, what are you doing?
Exhibit.
What do you think? I'm a paperclip? It's Mr. X to the Z. You need to quit browsing like a lame and get Opera GX. Because with GX mods, you can pimp your motherfucking browser. All you gotta do is click here, select the mod, and boom! New look, new sounds, new everything. It's not easy being a legend. Oh, shit. Not again. Change the mod now. Download Opera GX.
The champion of champions.
Welcome back, ladies and gents, to another episode of the CCT podcast.
We've got a ton to talk about, man. There's just so much action.
It feels like it's never ending.
Hey guys, we have another interview for you today. Very special guest, Speedy.
First, a funny thing, they also call me Grandpa in my team because I'm so old.
What are your general thoughts on what might come for the next couple of months of CS2?
The hunger for glory feeds the desire, the courage to look for a challenge, to feed your ambitions,
to reach for greatness. To become the champion of champions.
Bit of an extended break, but finally that has come to an end. You've got two ugly mucks back on your screen. What you doing in the meantime, Hayes?
Cup of coffee, had a decent curry as well. I'm down at the coast around Durban. Now, here's a fact for you. Durban has the biggest Indian population outside of India. So you must know the curries here are so good. So I'm here visiting my mother at the coast, having curry all the time, and I'm loving it. What about yourself, mate? What you get up to?
I only cooked. I didn't even eat it. So I just cooked for my family, and now
It's just smelling good now, man. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The working man and the cooking man. God damn, bro, you do it all.
I'm a houseman through and through, mate. I've been whipped. But look, we've got one more best of three of today, and I'm sure that they want to get cracking. Everybody else wants to get cracking as well. But first, we do have to take another look at the bracket, right? I mean, that's standard procedure. You know the drill at this point. If you're watching, we've got one more matchup in the round of 16. That's now in Pandas versus Legacy. The winner of that is going to take on Ecstatic. Is there any other quarterfinals that you're eyeing already?
That Saw versus Metasport game, the one that we even highlighted.
Have what it takes, but on the counterpart, there is also a very strong team here. Let's go on to the opposition here now and see how strong they are. Nine Pandas, they've just been looking so strong, man. There's nothing to doubt these lads right now. Each and every single one of them, even C's is firing at all cylinders, and I say even C's. That's because he's at the helm of the ship.
Yeah, they're on a 6-match winning streak at the moment on 9 Pandas. And the crazy part is there's been some murmurs of potential roster changes where they're looking to, I think it was Forrester and Nickelback were the 2 players that they were speaking about buying from, obviously, the 1-win team, which is kind of seems to be flaking apart. Obviously, Boomich left for Cloud9. Deco was bought out and as well, so he moved across to greener pastures. And so I wonder if there will be changes, but you got to look at the results and say, surely not, right? These guys are playing such good CS right now as a team.
And they just beat BetBoom today. 2-0. Destroyed them. 13-11, 13-10, which for 9 Pandas against BetBoom is destroying. That BetBoom has got so much capability, so I'm definitely looking forward to see whether 9 Pandas can retain that form. And more importantly, recently these two actually played against each other in Leon Team Play Season 2, where 9 Pandas did win 2-0 by the skin of their teeth, to be fair. They had to go to OT on Inferno, and then only barely won out Mirage by also a 2-round gap. Talking about that matchup, we know that how that veto went. Let's see whether it's similar, because 9 Pandas, they initiate it with removing Ancient. They'll do the same, and this does look eerily similar, but 9 Pandas are the ones making the change here. They are now picking into Overpass instead of leaving it for the decider match.
Makes sense, right? They're probably a bit, skeptical that there might have been some research and prep that went into this from Legacy watching the previous game, and they're thinking, okay, we're not going to give you Mirage again. You kind of have an idea of what to expect there, and Overpass is still a very good map for 9 Pandas as well. I mean, they've played it 29 times in the past 3 months. It's their most played map.
Weird part is that it was actually 9 Pandas picking into Inferno the previous time these two faced.
Okay, we'll scrap that altogether then.
Yeah, it is weird, right? Because Legacy, they did well. They ended up losing, but I guess they saw something in the loss that they could learn from, so they switch up. I think it still favors 9 Pandas, because they've got basically their map pick the previous time coming through. Overpass as well, which throws Legacy off kilter, and then you've got Nuke as a decider. With the change that Legacy have been going through, Nuke is a very strat-intensive map.
It was a bold veto coming through from 9 Pandas because both teams have the same permaban. Neither of these teams play Vertigo, and they both floated Vertigo in the start of the veto and banned each other's strengths out, right? That's why Ancient doesn't feature, which is Legacy's best map out and out. I wonder how much, do you think there's perhaps a chance that, okay, well, let's jump into the game here while I push to this point because the first map is live, so let's get into Overpass. But do you think that there could be a sort of situation where Legacy prepped heavily for Inferno, and then 9 Pandas are like, yeah, we're picking Overpass, and Legacy like, well, we've done all this work on Inferno to try and anti-strat them, so now we have to pick Inferno.
Very well could be. And yeah, also have to think that 9 Pandas have done some work on Inferno themselves. So I do think Legacy were a bit hard done by, because they also were the ones that really didn't want to play Vertigo. 9 Pandas were fine with it. And 9 Pandas, we just saw the odds, right? They're already the favorites. This veto, I think, makes them even more so the favorites. Like Barton, let's go a haircut that looks like Professor Snape's. Very cool stuff. I respect it.
All right. Well, let's see if we're going to see any magic here in this pistol round.
Oh, yeah. Dillidus, by the way, in this event thus far. 1.31 rating. Dillidus in this event, yeah, he's been popping off.
He was the least known prospect coming into this 9 Pandas roster, and he has just been performing phenomenally well for them. 9 Pandas are moving around a lot here. They've taken control. Barton is deep outside of Monster, but Legacy still have 2 players on the B site here. Yeah, now they start to realize probably going to pad up the defense over towards A.
Lado trying to find an exit, but not entirely blind. He'll be forced back going into long, and at that point, 9 Pandas are going to chase him down. They can't leave that thorn in their side. That's a quick execution. Talking about Dillidus. That's his secondary in the round already, and he's looking for more.
Yeah, bomb's ticking away. There's no kits in play here for Legacy, so they have to get a move on here with this retake. They've got a smoke and a flash on Neckies, but Barton's still making his way up long. They're trying to give Barton time to activate, but there's nobody who's left himself exposed to long. And with that, okay, it's Glowing who gets a kill. I thought Dillidus had just clotheslined another. Barton misses his shot, compromises his position. Sure, he gets a consolation kill, but it's 9 Pandas who open up their account first.
It is their pick, and them winning this one. wouldn't be the end of the line, but as I was saying that sentence, it also popped into my head that the previous time 9 Pandas were comfortable enough picking Inferno, so I do think Legacy are taking a pretty big gamble with going into Inferno. Because even if you've done your research, if 9 Pandas don't really play into that, all of a sudden you are looking at a very weird veto. And 9 Pandas, by the way, they have to be on a boot camp or a LAN together, because the matchup that they beat Bet Boom in was a parry please LAN. So they're going to be together.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really important consideration, although you'd imagine Legacy are as well, right? Because they're in Europe right now, so they're definitely also playing from a central location. Not a LAN match, but with both teams playing from a hub, it certainly does increase the stakes, and I'd even just say the performance of both of the teams as well.
Oh yeah, 100%. We always talk about boot camp buff and being able to get more out of you being a team. And Legacy, they have that online finals already. 9 Pandas. I've not personally seen them on the boot camp buff. I've already seen them play online. They look absolutely spectacular. Curious to see whether they'll be able to continue that and even go a step above. Clax currently is. This is a rather simple one. I love this as well. It's a tiny little things, right? Drop the AK to Clax. He might still die, but at least have that Mac 10 in the hands of somebody who's got a lot of health, so they can still chase down that final player. It's a bit of extra money if you do manage to get this kill.
Not the cleanest, but Blowing should be able to finish it off. He's going to hunt, and no, Clax with the AK, ironically, will find the frag at range with the headshot. That's a great start for 9 Pandas. Just the one casualty in the pistol round, and no casualties in the anti-eco means they get a nice head start in terms of their money.
This round still look very doable for them. And that head start and money could go even more here. But 9 Pandas, they've got so much experience. I think IDIS Balance flies under a lot of people's radar if you haven't been into the scene for an incredibly long amount of time. You know, IDIS Balance was a player on Spirit, has a lot of tenure, obviously sees if you, at any point in your life, was interested in CS, Siege would have been on the radar already. So the wealth of experience with 3 rookies, I say rookies, Glowing is on the older side, but a fantastic player. So there's a lot of experience transfer.
And remember, these guys kind of all came together because things didn't work out in their previous teams, and they've found a winning recipe in and amongst these individuals. As Lato has the winning recipe with that exchange, he comes out on top in the meantime. Seas does start to creep his way up long. Not at all an ideal gun to have in this position, a Mac 10. And as time ticks on, Legacy do need to start to consider that there could be aggression up long. They certainly have gambled with the setup so far, but there we go. Cold Zero will fall back into a position to hold that line and leave Lato by himself controlling bathrooms. In the meantime, Nekis has rotated up, so this A-bomb site's going to be well fortified.
Lato is in such an aggressive position. Well, he'll probably have an angle on the cross. No, if they're coming, Lato does a lot of damage. He was on his way out, halfway tick down already. I just balance. Big chunk. I see he's trying to go early doors, but that now just gives time for the defenses to prep themselves up. They know that Cold Zero is in the corner. They start spraying. Clax struggles very much so. Behind his balancing Clax. They don't have a lot of HP between the two of them, but at least a post plant.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to navigate here for the 2 remaining players. A big flank out of Dumal, but he hasn't actually gotten an angle. He'll certainly get his set, so, oh, I just balance, mate. You need to consider the fact that there could be somebody on the flank here, and now they know exactly where Clax is. His lack of health makes it impossible, and I just balance. Just that lack of awareness there is a costly one, and it happens when you're low on health, right? You're just happy that you've been able to get back to safety, but completely discounts the potential of Dumal's position, and with that, Legacy get themselves on the board.
With how much they were bombing it down at the bathrooms, I have to think there was some sort of misinformation sent their way that Legacy had 2 coming over from, still rotating in from B through the stairs, right? Because otherwise, why would you run with your knife out? I don't think there's any way that you do that otherwise. 9 Pandas, they do hit a bit of a road bump. Able to buy right back up there.
Yeah, more than enough money, and Idis Ballas has the AWP as well. You were singing his praises, and he is a phenomenal sniper. My only concern with him is sometimes I find him to be a little bit too passive. He normally needs his team to get him into a position where he can win the round. He's not normally the guy who's like finding the opening kills, especially on the T side. And I think sometimes they just need him to be able to shift into a gear that I don't see much out of him. He's incredibly quick though. His reflexes are second to none at this level. Honestly, in like the tier 2, tier 3 space, I do think he's one of the fastest AWPers out there.
Yeah, Arfrost.
Tier 1.
Fair enough. I'm trying to think.
But it's
of
all
other
these like
names as
Eastern
well.
European AWPers,
Yeah,
man. They
yeah,
just
yeah.
like they just pull them out of nowhere. You walk down the streets in Europe and you can grab someone by the collar. You know, it's one of them AWPers.
Lightning fast. 9 Pandas. Very good position here. Relato just about falls back in time. Cold Zero in an off angle. Pivot does that nicely because Cold Zero actually drops down and quickly afterwards lifeless entirely. 9 Pandas,
Yeah.
they're ramping up operations. Quick kill Nakis as well. That just leaves the one to defend the Cyclo and it's going to jump in the face of him. Doom at least shuts that venture down but sees immediate rebuttal.
So much pressure being applied by 9 Pandas and really big gunfights going their way as well. Bomb planter will be covered. Only Lato left and he's got no option but to get the hell out of there. Carrier's gun through. That's the Pika's advantage you saw coming through there on Cold Zero as well. Once he gets swung by glowing, it's so tough to win that gunfight out as the CT, but he was in a very exposed position, right? That's like do or die. If you don't get the kill instantly, there's no way of getting out of there with your life intact. You're committed to the position. Does Lato even stay alive here?
Yeah, probably not. I don't think you read into the position from Clax here. Ooh, but Clax read into Lato. It's a relatively awkward battle, but huge that 9 Pandas were able to win it out. Thought of another lightning fast tier 2 Warper though. We saw him yesterday. Smile on the other side of the bracket.
Wait, what's the Smile even play? Oh, Slime. Yeah. That's true. I mean, a lot less. I mean, we haven't seen it much out of him yet. In terms of established, I think the potential's certainly there, but we need to see him a bit longer. But that's a good shout.
Yeah, hyper aggressive. I like it. And for Legacy, I don't think there will be much aggression in this round.
Yeah, they got nothing going for them. They won that gun round, but only kept 2 players alive, so had to reinvest heavily into the gun round afterwards and lose that round. It's back to square one.
You can huddle up nicely. And basically make a rugby scrum.
Yeah? You into a rugby, lad?
Nah. I went to one of my friends' game. He plays rugby on like a high national level. But
okay.
Well, I mean, it's still the Netherlands, a high national level. It's probably like, I don't know, you'd be able to beat some under 12 rugby stars from South Africa or something.
Yeah, I mean, you know what's ironic though is, obviously, the Dutch colonized South Africa, one of the few countries who did, and the Afrikaans people who are descendants from the Dutch are ridiculously good at rugby. Like that's, a lot of the best South African rugby players are Afrikaners, and so I just think that's, a bit ironic. That there aren't any, big rugby teams or professionals from Netherlands.
Yeah, I think it's just a culture thing, right? Like, if your country is very good at something, everybody's more inclined to play it themselves. Thus, you're going to have a bigger influx of new players, thus more stars, or people who can at least get along.
Yeah, that's true. Europe just plays football. That's the sports in Europe, right? So, kind of boring, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you've got some like fragmented countries, like Serbia all of a sudden being amazing at baseball or basketball.
Okay, that's true.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So some countries all of a sudden then pop off. I think we've got.
All right. Well, we're going to need to see Legacy pop off here because this is a big gun run coming through for them. There's no AWP in play here, which, as we mentioned in the previous series, is certainly, difficult for the CT side not to have that a part of the defense. Let's see what they can do with the rifles.
Lowen, let's have that first meeting with Lasso. Easily shuts that down. Quickly switches for the orb. Which side is Balance has no interest at all. Glowing through over his A card, his Balance just said no. I'm keeping it. I'm holding the angle. You can play passive, sure, hold down another angle, but I don't mind it. You know, if you're pushing up to the site, then maybe do make that switch. But for now, you just want to sit in place.
He's so patient, man. Like, Idis Balance can hold an angle for 45 seconds, no problem. And look, he's not like a fidgety AWP who's like tapping A and D or like flicking his scope around. Just chills there, static, waiting, present-minded. As we do start to see a push coming in towards bathrooms, Dumao took a lot of damage through that smoke, and, well, Nekis has been bypassed by Seized, but he will still go back to find that frag, an important kill. And that maintains a lot of control in towards bathrooms, but Legacy have rotated Dumao up now as well. This is all because of Barton's forward position.
His Balance still holding down the line.
Oh, no.
Yeah, getting the information. That's all he really needs. And Barton going to be able to make it out of there. The smoke nicely covers him, but a flash is going to come through, and Barton knows that he needs to get the hell on out of there. Back into the hands of his teammate. And a bit of safety. 9 Pandas, they have to make a decision, and quickly so as well. They are going over towards the B site. You already see that rotation from Cold Zero. It is Balance almost getting caught. Cold Zero, that's an easy kill on It is Balance. But meanwhile, the rest of 9 Pandas are making a move onto the site. Cold Zero being held as well. Dylan is able to get that kill, and perhaps that was a bit too preemptive from Cold Zero. You definitely do see the play, though.
I think Dumao needed to be more proactive there underneath Heaven, because that's what Cold Zero was kind of trying to bait for and take the attention away from Dumao, but Dumao was having none of it. He was on a different wavelength altogether. He wasn't pressuring the planter. Had he pushed up that ramp there in the B bomb site while, you know, Cold Zero is taking that contact, then he's probably able to do a lot more work. So I think that was a bit unfortunate.
A must-win round that was for Legacy. Now you're trailing 1-5. Probably be about to be 1-6 against 9 Pandas, who have just done such lovely work with the veto. And I think this entire series is going to come back on that. Like, it's crazy how much you can give yourself a leg up by just banning out the right map and getting a good read in your position. Maybe Cold Zero. No, I couldn't even start saying that he might be able to get a kill.
Yeah, brutalized. It's been really cool to see the arc of C's career, how he's stepped into that IGL role and he's doing such a good job of it, man. Redefined himself. He was out in the wilderness for a long time, and I think most people had kind of written off his career for the most part, but certainly reinvigorated himself, performing at a great level now and contributing so much to his team. The identity of this 9 Panda squad has come a long way. You know, top 40 in the world right now is a great place for them to be.
Doing a bit of damage. Sure, Legacy can get some of that confidence up. Especially Barton and Lasso. No better than being on the one frag. Lasso going to get shut down entirely. Obviously Barton without any armor is always going to struggle. Until it is able to get another frag to his name. By the way, Clax 11-1. Crazy.
Alright, well, this is the gun round here. 9 Pandas completely running away with this game. And I wonder if we'll see something fast-paced from them here. We haven't really seen any out-and-out aggression from 9 Pandas, where they look to try and apply early pressure on the bomb site, but it's not going to be now either. They've got a winning recipe, I suppose. They don't have to try and fix something that isn't broken. But you do want to kind of try and stay one step ahead of your opponents when you're calling on the T side, so I think something fast-paced, you know, every now and again you just want to bring it out the top draw, give it a try. When you've got a lead, it's normally the right time to try something alternative.
I think it's an ever-going argument between don't fix what's broken or try to stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah, exactly.
And 9 Pandas. You'll make Legacy feel so hopeless if you manage to stay ahead of the curve, because Legacy, they'll be adapting. They think they've got something great going, and bam, you throw something else their way that works out perfectly. And currently, 9 Pandas, what they're doing over towards B looks to be working out perfectly because you've just got 2 defenders. and only one player on speed dial who is also going away now.
Yeah, it's a concern. Only the 2 players over towards the B side. Normally you want the third. That tick from the molly, though, is going to pull Neckies back down. It makes sense because look at how deep they are in towards Party and Bathroom. So I don't know why they were looking to pad up the defense, but they have rotated that third player back just in time. But 9 Pandas, they're pivoting. They're pulling up the handbrake. Latto's got a big job to do, but Klax has run him over like a truck. Now it's on Cold Zero. He's got the AWP on the bomb side right now, but he needs to go huge.
Oh, that's good. Secondary kill on Dylan. There's a 9 Pandas. They tap the brakes. They go right back over towards B. There is still Barton there, able to get the first kill at least, and 9 Pandas. I think they're going to be looking at the save right now. No way they ever break this site, but 9 Pandas. Look, they were able to throw one last curveball. They did. It didn't work out because Barton stepped up to the plate. So the individuals for Legacy who were the last hold of the site, they showed up. They did what they had to do, got pivotal kills, and were able to pull through.
Yeah, really important round going the way of Legacy. Cold Zero doing big work with that AWP. And I guess he's kind of taken over as the primary AWPer, right? Because it would have been NQZ in the team before him, and Barton isn't an AWPer, so it's not like it was a like-for-like swap bringing Barton back into the team. Just having a look at the past month worth of results, and yeah, Cold's gotten most of his kills with the AWP, so, I mean, he's doing it all, man. He's been, you know, that lurking rifler, the star player in his team, and at the peak of his career, he's evolved as an IGL now, and now into an AWPing role, so is there anything he can't do? That's my question.
And perhaps something they can't do is navigate his team into a comeback in this particular map. 9 Pandas already out on 6. Able to get the first kill here as well. Glow, and this time he did get the AWP. I must have said something different. Maybe he was too commanding last time. It's very important to have a nice approach when you want something from people.
Yeah, you know, being appreciative.
Sorry, wait, is that a hot dog in a like a takeaway carrier thing?
Looks like it.
That's so stupid, man. Who buys a hot dog and then takes it out and takes it home?
Yeah, you just chow it right there, surely, right? Otherwise, it's a cold dog.
Nice. You can warm it up though. So it's like
that's true.
I mean, it's a bad dog at that point. Other way, 9 Pandas. They've gotten the bomb down, but it's still a 4-on-4 situation.
Yeah, it's going to be tough here on the retake. Kit's in play, sure, but look at how far away Cold is. Trying to get in position. Dilladaire's controlling water right now as well, so Latto's going to try to deal with him before he can even think about the retake, and has to open up the door to give up his position. There could even be a little bit of a bait and switch employed. That's why Seas fires off the shot to try and take the heat off of Dilladaire's. Now Legacy are pushing their way forward, but there's only, what, like 10 seconds left on the bomb as things stand, and there's a TK as well in the mix. That's a disaster for Legacy. And why are they still committing? Oh, Latto, you've jumped into your death, lad. Cole's just looking to get out of dodge, but Pandas dispatches of him. A nasty one-tap. Sure, he dies to the bomb explosion, but that's the least of 9 Pandas' problems.
Yeah, Legacy don't have money. I really struggle to understand why they went for it there, because there is going to be next round, so 3 rounds in total. You would have been able to buy into this one, and now you can only go a half buy, full buy into the next, and then the final round, if you do end up losing it, you're still going to be strapped for cash. So it is a decision that now actually makes you struggle going into the next round as well.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, 9 Pandas have already done a great job by getting themselves at least 7 on the board going into their CT side, but it's 7 out of 9, and now they're against this half buy, so 8 is ripe for the taking. They've got their identity waxed. They're playing this very similar approach to every round on the T side. This default works so well. You know, getting a pick here or there, forcing rotations, and Seized always has such a good idea on how to finish off these rounds. Honestly, just loving what I'm seeing from this 9 Pandas team at the moment. They really are at their peak as things stand, I reckon.
And 9 Pandas. I always thought that we're going to have a similar path to a team like Aurora as well.
Oh.
Who Okay, well this is just tearing apart the scene, especially with C's right now, man. He's just firing on all cylinders. That's so scary. But just to round off my point real quick, Nine Pandas were on a great tear. They hit a bit of a roadblock for a second, but now that they are getting into CS2, they just look so spectacular yet again.
Yeah, it's true. They certainly have been on an upward trajectory. And the thing is, it's not like they had the same sort of name value as Aurora, right? Where you have like Norway and KNZ, two very well-established riflers. They've had to do more with less, and they have, you know, they've done really well. 8 rounds on the board out of 10 played so far here on Overpass. They are absolutely in the driver's seat as things stand.
Important. A lot of damage done. It's mainly Klax who's already down low. Meanwhile, Nine Pandas, they're making an advancement. And continuously, when you look at the minimap, it's Legacy rotating into where Nine Pandas are instead of already being there. So Nine Pandas, they always pick the correct spot to go to. This is a very aggressive position. Called Zero. Yeah, of course you try that one. But now he does have control of the angle.
Massive kill. Another opening frag foul, and Lato's tough times continue. 1 for 11. And Nine Pandas have free reign. Does look like Legacy have a good read on the situation as they shift most of their players up towards the, say, bomb site right now. Some forward positions being taken up by the defense. So if there was still a way for them to win the round, it's got to happen like this. They've got 3 players ready to welcome Nine Pandas over on A. Oh no, Cold Zero's been bypassed. Necky's kind of leaves them high and dry, and the defense has been shattered.
And this is just the battering right now. It was one-sided. Right now, it's just we're watching a beating Legacy. Curling up and taking it. But Nine Pandas, they're going to get 9 on the T side of the back of this round. Dumao, I don't know why he's sticking around. And you understand it to a certain extent because you want to prevent yet again with Nine Pandas going deep early to just stay close to the bomb site. But Dumao does go down against Dilladers. Well, that's Legacy in a tough spot here going into the final round of the half.
I mean, I get what you're saying about trying to tenderize the opponent's economy, but exactly that. It's the last round of the half coming up next, and Legacy and Nine Pandas have won so many rounds, so you're really just harming yourself more than you are harming Nine Pandas. Even if he gets 3 kills and dies to the last player, it's still not worth it. Now Legacy are light and extra M4.
I think it was mainly a case of what happened to, I think it was Barton earlier when he tried to save when Nine Pandas were already so deep in T-spawn that maybe he thought, okay, I can just stay close and try to fight them as they fall down. Maybe that gives me a better chance instead of running into them.
But why? Why do you even want to fight them in the first place?
Because otherwise they might be hiding out in a corner that you won't expect because they're already going for... Because it was a 4v1, right?
Yeah.
So, Nine Pandas...
Do you think he's just fighting for his life at that point? Just like trying to save by taking an, you know, unorthodox approach in a way?
Yeah, because right, it does make sense to a certain extent, right? You all flood out, try to flank him when he rotates through B and out in towards T spawn. And there's some sort of idea, but it didn't work out.
Alright, well, with that, it means, last round of the half completes an utter domination coming through from Nine Pandas. Klax is 15-3 right now. What a phenomenal performance coming through from him on this T side. My goodness. More than a frag around on average at the moment. That's phenomenal. Don't worry, Klax. That's the inconsistency in the movement of CS2. That wasn't you missing your jump. We've got you, homie.
Classic, I guess.
Classic.
Again, Nine Pandas. Look at how much space they've got on long. And when Legacy did try to occupy long, it didn't really work out. It just fed Nine Pandas even more so. This is a strategic mastermind right now for Nine Pandas because they're going to be able to advance. Klax is just going to be on the flank, staying silent as well, out of vision from Legacy, so they won't be able to rotate through connector.
Oh, and there he is. Again, doubles down. The presence of mind to be prepared for the second peak. Sees the emerges out of long. Lato gets a consolation frag, but dies immediately afterwards. And it is curtains for Legacy, I'm afraid. 10-2. There's no coming back from a first half of this nature.
Yeah. That door slammed shut. Reinforced. Iron bars in front of it.
Brutal.
And they... already throwing you to a partner's location. There's nothing that he can do. 9 pandas. They make it a whole lot quicker than it could have been.
Yeah,
But
I just want to point out the numbers, man. Look at the kills. 7, 9, 14. They've got 21 kills in 12 rounds played as a team. That means they were averaging less than 2 kills a round as a team.
Klax is damn close to it as well.
Oh, God.
17-3 right now.
That's brutal.
11-2, 6-3. Dying this little, it just screams dominance. And then you still have to go on to Inferno, right? Which 9 pandas bricked the previous time. And if they're already tearing you up like this, it doesn't really matter how many counter strats you prepare. You're going to be able to, first off, mentally reset yourself. Otherwise, you've got no chance.
Yeah. You spoke about how we saw a game earlier on from 9 pandas, which they won against Betboom. Legacy also played earlier against Sinners. That was in our CCT Online Finals, and they had a 2-0 loss. So maybe even just a bit of a rough game from that matchup, you know, coming in to affect their mentality here. Either way, they have to win this pistol round, and Klax has been caught off guard. Glowing spotted out as well. He's going to close the door and try and retreat back to that B site.
Wow.
Ooh,
okay, that's a fantastic shot by Coldzera. Thing is, even if they win this pistol round, which they're very much looking like they're going to do right here, they're still down 2-10 or 3-10 on the T side of Overpass. Shouldn't be in
So
with a
you're
chance.
not a believer? Is that what you're saying?
No damn way.
All right, well, it is going to be an impossible retake. Formality, seize, save your kit. And, well, I guess Legacy kind of prolonged the inevitable, in a sense.
He's got a ninja.
I mean, like, that's definitely what he's hanging around for right now. That's what he's thinking about. I think Legacy just forfeit the game if he ninjas here.
I mean, I don't think there's anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, there we
Because
go.
they have the bomb planted for the bathrooms as well, so they're able to rotate out far. Seas was one shot. And he had 100 HP. Maybe he gets that first kill and he's able to tuck his head in just enough so they can't get around to him. But, okay, well, Legacy, they start their hike. It's going to be a long one, though.
I was really thinking 9 pandas are going to force buy here. I mean, we've spoken at length about how the force buy on the CT side, if you lose the pistol, is pretty much a thing of the past. But I thought with their lead at 10-3, we might see them go for a cheeky force, but not even in this instance.
That's what I like for 9 pandas. They don't get carried away in the supremacy of their position, because going for a force buy, even though, yes, you could get away with it, it's just that extra round. And with MR12, it does go very quickly if you do manage to start time rounds together.
Alright, well. Chance for Legacy to just pad the stats a little bit here. Elevate the confidence of the team. Inferno's up next. It's the pick of Legacy, and they've got experience of playing 9 pandas on this map, so we're kind of expecting there to be some sort of a reason they've decided to pick Inferno here in the series, even though they got beaten on the map recently by 9 pandas. But like you allude to, it's not like it's a punish pick by any stretch of the imagination.
I mean, I think it's a punish pick for Legacy themselves. Sure, they're comfortable in it, but Coldzera. Here's that door open. Here's all the footsteps and watering at the mouth. Necky's Got a better gun for the job in close range, or at least just gunning down. Well, maybe he gets another kill on Barton here. Nah, Barton is running away. I like that.
In 2 kills, still not a bad result for 9 Pandas, and nearly a third added to the tally as well. 10-4 heading into the first gun round here of the second half. This is where 9 Pandas are going to look to try and draw the line in the sand and say no further Legacy. Like I said, both these teams have already played series today, so could be an element of fatigue.
It's also very much dependent on when Legacy actually got to EU. Obviously, that is always going to be tough to adjust, but considering they played against 9 Pandas 3 days ago, they have to be accustomed to the jet lag already. Getting their sleeping schedules in order. It's almost just their life, adjusting their sleep schedule continuously because of the travel.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something you just got to be, like you say, become accustomed to as a professional player. And that's not something that Latto's going to be too accustomed to. Very aggressive on the push through the monster tunnel coming through from the CT side. A play I'm generally not a huge fan of. I just don't really love the risk-reward trade-off, but he's made it work. Nekis is going to also catch glowing, and that's because of the player running long. Nekis knows if there's someone towards long, surely his attention would be turned in that direction.
Great scene play by Legacy. That only evens up the numbers. For damage-wise, Legacy have still got a head start. But this Balance is looking for a way in right now. Trying to crawl a bit deeper than Legacy will expect him to be. Yeah, well, he's just... Okay, well, he's just completely biffed it. That's not what I expected it to happen. Still, it is no trouble at all looking away from the flash. But yeah, that push-up from Ida's Balance had to net them a kill. Now that they didn't, maybe Cold Zero still gets caught on the cross. That's a big loss for them. The bomb is over towards B. Barton is maybe getting caught here as well. No, most certainly not. But in the meanwhile, actually, C's was able to kill Nekis, and that just leaves Duma, who is already low. Flash to come through. C's going to try and get a hurry on. C's, oh no. My God. There is so many spraying battles I never want to see again.
Well, C's is just basically a spectator in that situation there to the Dilladez show. Great work coming through from Dilladez himself. 14 frags to his name. He's died just 4 times on this map so far. We've played 15 rounds. That's impeccable. And that is a big problem for Legacy.
That's a spectator spot that I wouldn't like to have in the midst of the battle. You're just firing all around you. It seems a bit too dangerous for me.
A bit extreme. There's some extreme sports out there that would probably top the list.
Extreme spectator mode.
All right, well, Legacy have decided to go all in here despite the fact they can't afford a full investment. 3 rifles, 2 upgraded pistols is what they've got at their disposal right now. Very light on utility as well, which is obviously a big problem on the T side in general on Overpass. So many different finicky angles to try to clear out. And when you light on util, that job certainly does become more challenging.
And 9 Pandas don't really need to hold that much to pull this one across the line. Nekis. Somebody's going to jump up, and it is Nekis. Easy pivot over for Ida's Pandas, who's really been struggling in this rain department. And Barton is able to shut him down. Ida's Balance, he's digging his own grave so often. Or at least digging the hole, and then he just gets pushed in, so it gets made a grave. Still it is trying to hold the line. Make sure that they can't rotate over. I love that Nekis goes in first. He's just a body thrown into the mix. And all of a sudden, Legacy have got a pretty good argument.
Oh, absolutely. They're in the driver's seat right now, and especially considering there's nobody on the safe bomb site, there's no time. They have to commit to the bomb plant here, and well, Glowing certainly not going to beat them to the punch. If he could deny the plant, that would be huge, but not going to be able to. Will take down the supporting act of Cold Zero, though, so that certainly does reinvigorate this retake.
a second. Barton holding down the line, fires early, glowing. He gets sees to trade him out, sees then up against Doomau. Had to hit a dink, but Doomau able to close that show. And Legacy, slowly but surely, brick by brick, will working their way back in, but there's still so much to go.
Yeah, absolutely. At least this next step should be one of the easiest. Going to be another full eco. So 9 Pandas, they win the first gun round, but they flounder straight afterwards. And that was a prime opportunity for them to finish off this map because that was the force buy. And if you win that, it's an even weaker buy in the round afterwards, but they can't make it work. And so with that, Legacy will continue here on Overpass. They're not done just yet.
It'd be a huge comeback. But right now, I'm still of the belief that it's all going to be for naught. Still it is. In an aggressive position, trying to find some frags with the Deagle. They have to be careful because the USPs are about to swarm on in as well. They're stuck here, so they're going to have to fight their way out. They've got somebody very close to rotate. They don't need him, though. Black Hawk down, never mind that. You can just hold your position.
Nice shooting coming through there from Nekis in particular. 3 frags at his hand. And that is certainly going to sound the end of the round. You ever opened any cool cases, Hyperia? Ever got anything to write home about?
Well, I got a USP kill confirmed once, and
Okay, what was that worth?
I think it was $21 at the time. Didn't make me scream any less loud though, because it was a red. So
you get a red and it's a $21 skin. I mean that kind of sucks a bit, but yeah, at least that's something decent. Have you opened a lot or not too many?
I mean, I can't. I probably would have opened up more if I.
Oh, Netherlands is banned, right?
Yeah. So.
All right.
It's good for my bank account though.
I got a red once as well. I got the Desert Eagle Prince stream, and that's about $75 at the time, $80. So
hello.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, opening cases is rather fun, but no, it's one of those things that I'm glad it is banned in the Netherlands to a certain extent for my own sake.
Yeah.
9 Pandas. I'm sure that it's getting a bit scary for them now. Well, not entirely, but I do like the tactical pause. Again, one of those situations where you're stopping things from getting out of hand before it even gets close to it.
Yeah, precisely. This is the gun round that they're going to look to make a mark. The problem is, again, they don't have an AWP or an IDIS balance. Sure, he's got a scoped weapon, but the AUG doesn't quite match up the same to an AWP, obviously. No sniper for Legacy either. Man, at least they've got that buffer now. If they lose a round, they can afford to buy afterwards. It's not like you lose a round and the game is over.
That's something, but if you lose a round, it's still very much looking like game over for Legacy, because at that point you have to be picturesque. And on the CT side, or perhaps we didn't really see anything of it because everybody from Legacy got killed already before 9 Pandas could struggle. But I just Pandas, there were 2 sprays already that probably should have been converted into a kill. Dylan is still staying vigilant and glowing, and then duking it out at long with Idis Balance. Actually, Idis Balance was able to get that kill long distance, and they're going for it. They're trying to kill them right here on long, but this is way too dangerous. Trying to fight at the edge of the smoke, you take so much risk. Surprising that Idis Balance didn't scope in there. Either way, it's still 3v1.
Yeah, that smoke was actually missed, by the way. I was trying to throw the smoke deeper than that so they could isolate the bomb, and it ends up missing, and it's quite awkward for 9 Pandas, but they make really good work of the situation anyway. Only Doomau now left remaining to look to recover this for Legacy in the 1 versus 3. And Dilladez, this off angle is fiendish, man. Doomau's time's ticking away as well. Only 24 seconds left on the clock. There's no way he's going to be prepared for Dilladez here. He's going to clear out much deeper in towards lowers, but he falls prey to the forward position of Dilladez, and with that, it is going to be a 12th round on the board. 9 Pandas get themselves up to map point.
Yeah, and that's we at least just spoke about. If not Legacy were able to carry it a bit further, then maybe we could have started talking about, okay, they look good, it's just one round, and perhaps they can still make the comeback, but now they have to have 6 straight. And the toughest one of them being right here, right now, with Colzero having a Tech 9 and just one flash that he's just used. The neck is going down early, by the hands of Glow and his MP9. This is a great nade.
Yo, man, these guys are just forcing the issue right now. They're not giving Legacy any room to play the game. That's 3 kills already. Glowing eventually will go down, but he's done more than enough damage. And Idris Balance can kind of bait in for Seized, who's in towards lowers. I mean, Legacy, they're not being given an inch.
Yeah, not at all. That's kind of been the story of the first half. And now 9 Pandas, they look to resume. That's why it's so important to just have that timeout. Get your mind sorted. Don't let fear carry things away. And then it does come to an end with Clax being able to get the final frag and places himself on 20.
What a map coming through from 9 Pandas. I mean, they ultimately finished it in the first half already with that 10-2 scoreline. Was really good work coming through from 9 Pandas and just great calls in general out of Seized as well. And with that, it is going to be the 1-0 lead coming through for 9 Pandas. Next map up is Inferno, but before that, we're going to have a short break.
very complicated job, but I love simple things so much. One move. One push. One touch. One love. One click. One XBet.
Watch the matches with bo3.gg, the official stats partner of CCT. Check out AI-powered predictions in live matches. Get access to live scoreboards packed with in-depth weapons and grenade statistics. Check out round maps in the match results. Extend your game vision with bo3.gg.
Yo, what are you doing?
Exhibit.
What do you think? I'm a paperclip? It's Mr. X to the Z. You need to quit browsing like a lame and get Opera GX. Because with GX mods, you can pimp your motherfucking browser. All you gotta do is click here, select the mod, and boom! New look, new sounds, new everything. It's not easy being a legend. Oh, shit. Not again. Change the mod now. Download Opera GX.
The hunger for glory feeds the desire, the courage to look for a challenge, to feed your ambitions. To reach for greatness. To become the champion of champions.
What could be the final map of this evening is upon us, and that's all up to Legacy. You see the odds, their backs against the wall. They have to fend off 9 Pandas on Inferno. Do you reckon they can do it?
Yeah, I'm not going to count Legacy out at all. I mean, there has to be some sort of methodology to their decision to pick Inferno coming into this game against 9 Pandas. The thing is, 9 Pandas also get the choice of sides now, right? Starting on the CT side, so that's going to favor their campaign for sure.
I mean, it's technically the highest win rate map for 9 Pandas, the lowest for Legacy. So this being Legacy's pick, purely off of that, you foresee some issues. Thing is, for Legacy as well, they've only played it in CCT online finals, basically, barring one match. So they've got very limited results. The only win that they've got is against Endpoint, which Legacy, they had Barton Popov with a 1.4 rating. They're going to have the individual show up here.
He's just taking on so much responsibility right now, playing towards the speed bomb side. He's dropped the smoke, and he's hoping that that can kind of funnel his opponents in towards that A bomb side. He also has an incendiary here to try and deploy and keep them, and he will throw the molly from coffins, but now there's nobody on the site itself, and the rotations have to come through thick and fast. C's going to blow that smoke open. Nobody left exposed in his line of sight, and that will certainly afford the bomb plant here to the T side.
Yeah, it wasn't all too much time. The Legacy, unless they get to it before that smoke fades. C's actually going for a very quick retake here. 9 Pandas, they got themselves a relatively decent position, but C's is starting to run out of bullets, and all the kills are landing for Legacy. Oh, that's a big rebuttal, though, out of 9 Pandas. Clax, however, as the last man remaining, gets shut down by Cold Zero, who, in the previous time these two teams faced, Cold Zero was the man to look at.
Yeah, great pistol round for Legacy. Good read on the situation, not getting disparaged because of the utility that was being thrown over at that B-bomb side as well. And with that, 9 Pandas going to have to settle for the eco. Just having a look at the numbers, the last time these two teams played against each other on Inferno. It was a T-side start for 9 Pandas. They went 6-6, and then that was the mirrored scoreline in the second half. The game was won in OT by the 9 Pandas team.
No, looks like get that go ahead. 4-1 in OT. Relatively dominant. But you still have to expect the Legacy put in a lot of work for this map. The 9 Pandas are always going to be in a very tough spot this round. Billet is just trying to get some attention here, and then his Pandas compete with a P250. Nicky has to be a tad bit careful. He's got a teammate right there with him, though. And his banner shadow showing. CZ. Okay, I didn't know it was that good long distance, but sure. Clax. He was getting flanked. And then Cold Zero would have swooped in as well. Good stuff out of Legacy. No AK.
Alright, well, this is the meat and the potatoes. The first full gun round, and it's still an MP9 and FAMAS for 9 Pandas. As for Legacy, they'll certainly, well, I say certainly afford to buy in the next. They only get $1,400 if they lose here, which means their economy would still be fairly dire. So it's actually a great chance for 9 Pandas to start to make something happen. You know, you win this round, then it's a force buy in the next for Legacy, then an anti-eco. So, I mean, I wouldn't say it's guaranteed you win this, you get 3 on the board for the CT side, but it certainly would lean in that direction. And my goodness, going with an MP9, how's he gotten a double?
It's the individual prowess on 9 Pandas. Each and every single one of them has stardom. And then with C's now getting into a way better form than he initially was. I think when I first saw 9 Pandas, he was floating about that 0.9 rating. He's definitely been able to step it up, has looked strong in this series as well. Some crucial moments for him. And Legacy, this is a tough round to try and massage.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're going to fall back on the popular option, Inferno. That's where you fall behind in the numbers and you just try exec in towards B. And Seized would be isolated by a CT smoke here, but he also has an incendiary to deploy and keep the T side at bay. There's no smoke for coffins. Seized is waiting for the support flash, which then Dilladez would peek off of. Seized is going to go through the smoke here as well. Everybody blinded right now, and, well, Seized has lost his teammates on the site itself. So now it's back into an even numbers game. Those rotations will come through, but the bomb plant's going to follow suit. Seized can't do anything about that. And, I mean, this round is looking great for 9 Pandas.
No.
Necky's, though, the smoke phase, that leaves him exposed.
He dropped his weapon. He was trying to get it back. Flash comes through as well. Somehow Lasso not affected by it at all. Some sort of missing the flash because it didn't look like Lasso was looking away. And his banner's now falling back. This was a very silly round for 9 Pandas. They had everything. They even had Necky's giving up his life, but the flash didn't work out. It didn't blind Lasso at all. And the secondary peeker as well. He shut down quickly. Legacy off to a fantastic start.
All right, well, 3-0. Great start to this T side coming through for Legacy. Remember, they only managed, I say only, they managed 6 rounds. And that was enough to force OT and the previous time they played on Inferno against each other. So if they can exceed those 6 rounds, that would leave them in a very good position.
Again, that 9 Pandas tactical pause. It's brought them a lot of success. I think this man, they're going to be banking on his balance a tad bit too much. As soon as Legacy discover where he is, they're just going to try and pry open the other site. Still have to be careful because it could be a 1-4 split without his balance playing on banana. And that's kind of where you want your AWP to be, because you can look downrange at mid, but you're always afraid of a number of things. With them already being on the angle. I mean, one of them. Not see 9 Pandas. They are sending out his balance over towards mid.
Yeah, you need Idis Balance to try and find a way to get himself into the round here, right? You can't just... You can't sit back idly and kind of hope that they come in your direction. Gotta be proactive. And he, right now, is just holding the top of middle, hoping that they run through there. And I'd really like to see him taking a bit more initiative than that. Now he's got an angle down mid. That's more like it.
Jesus. An annoying position as well. It's going to get a fair bit of information. Nobody's down second mid. Minus Banner starting to rotate over. Dillard is at the edge, ready to peek on in. Glowing also in an elevated position. This is recipe for disaster right now for a Legacy. Because that's the P250 sliding in, and Dillard is even able to pick up an A1S. They don't even know where the AWP is just yet. Minus Banner's about to show himself.
No.
He whiffs his first shot. Hits his second though.
Yeah, vital that he goes back and gets a kill to maintain a significant advantage in the round. 30 seconds on the clock. The flankers in play as well. Dillard gets boosted after Cold Zero clears it. So that'll result in the kill, and the anti-eco completely falls apart for Legacy as they drop their first round of the map.
And that's 3 weapons now picked up for 9 Pandas. A huge economical surge. And also getting the first round on the board. And Dillard is doing everything that's needed of him, where you look at Idis Balance to be doing such things, but here's just a cherry on top. Dillard as well as the entire pie that went into the face of Legacy. Left them speechless and also broke. Tiny little slice up.
Yeah, just 8 damage though. Nothing too bad.
Got a 4K, it's fine. Max. Offensive position with Nekis, that's way too simple. Really discrediting Idis Balance there. Or not giving him enough credit. Barton gets picked out of the sky, and yeah, sure, he can peek into class, but they're still seized on the site. He struggles a whole lot. The nade being thrown over. That was pure panic out of Seas. Probably best to pull out your pistol there instead, but hey, it works.
Certainly the word that came to my mind as well. Absolute panic coming through there from Seas on the nade, but good job to lock down the defense. That's the 4-spy from Legacy, completely unsuccessful. And with that, 9 Pandas draw within a round, and it's going to be a full eco, so you'd expect the scoreline to be leveled up here as we start to see 9 Pandas get the ball rolling on Inferno.
Idis Balance. Yeah. Nice pivot over it. With the shot, but not the right idea. But it's just clocks. Doesn't matter. Legacy shouldn't be able to do anything unless Dillard doesn't check his corner and gets caught off guard. That's just silly. That's just so silly. And he's actually been able to retrieve the AK as well.
Yeah, see if he can do any further damage. Damage would certainly be welcomed here for the T side. Sees no need to peek down there. You can just... You've got so much there's so much less you need to do in a round like this, you know, as the CT side of the anti-eco. And Clax, well, he just closes the door in on them here as well. Once more than just the one. And there we go. AK carrier dead, and that's the SMG reaping the rewards as well.
Yeah, huge flank. The bomb is stuck as well. They're just going to run down Coldzera. Glowing is the one to get the kill. Lato, he doesn't have the bomb, so we won't be able to get a plant. At least gotten an AK.
Kill.
Yeah. And you do make it more expensive for 9 Pandas, but they still have no surplus. Not anymore. Hold up. Why is everybody going so aggressive? You got the bomb down, and Lasso doesn't want to hold on to this singular AK. Yeah, maybe he does, actually.
Yeah, great damage out of Legacy so far here in the round. I mean, they'll certainly take that. 3 frags in their full eco. Problem is 9 Pandas had kept so many players alive in the rounds that they were winning, so it's not like there are, you know, any major economic drawbacks in the round for Legacy. Even though they do have to reinvest, they'll still have money left in the bank.
And I'm Pandas, they give away the 3 weapons that were given to them earlier. And it's all neutral now. For Legacy, this neutral ground isn't where they want to be. They want to get the go-ahead. I think that's how recently these two teams played on this map already, so we've got a lot of information. And we can go off of them. 6-6, and that point was scoreline seized. Okay. Gets tickled a whole lot, but dies because of it.
Oh man, Lato. There we go. Klax's head just appears and Lato tears it right off. He's having a much better performance here on Inferno compared to what we saw on Overpass. And remember, as you mentioned, Seized is very low right now as well. So it's not only a 4v5, it's a 3.1v5 essentially. And that's a bad miss out of Idis. Balance had to connect on that shot to bring it back into an even numbers game.
He's 6-2 right now, but I do feel like also on Overpass he was struggling a whole lot, but that was mainly due to the spraying. That's not a good nade. Otherwise, I'm not sure would have cranked up the pressure, but that's a huge kill out of Glow, and then he's actually able to catch Neckies as well. His banners, yeah, he's low, but he's still got an AWP. Gonna have to have some swift shooting. His banners at least has a swift shot, but it's off into the distance. Yet again, another crucial AWP miss. Allows Legacy to get onto the site. They're pincered in between already, though.
Yeah, at least they'll find a plant to kind of shift the pressure a little bit. And Idis Balance gets rounded through Church, never expecting that. His prayers go unanswered. And Dumas wants the AWP as well to hold the aggressive line. There's going to be Seized who starts to make his way up Banana, but he's so low. That's why he's kind of reluctant to actually force the fight right now. Glowing's got a kit, but how on earth do they break this crossfire?
Yeah, you're going to have to find a way past Dumas, but to be fair, close range with an AWP, pistol thrown, Dumas whiffs his shot, and this all of a sudden opens everything up. Just needs to find out where Barton is. He gives himself away. Glowing with another kill, but Glowing, does he have time? I think he's got this.
Yeah, for sure.
There he goes. Glowing 4K in the round. The individuals, man, for 9 Pandas, they're continuously the success factor.
Yeah, they are. They absolutely are. Massive work coming through in that round there from 9 Pandas. A highly unlikely retake considering the way that round had started. And that's a big dropping of the ball out of Legacy, who will go for the investment here. Round loss bonus and bomb plant allows for it, but still, it's a rough way for Legacy to lose that round, and with that, the lead.
Scary, and Legacy got a bomb plan so they can get out of another buy, but they're continuously hampered with in terms of utility, even weaponry as well. 3 Galils being brought out. That's not what you want your full buy round to look like. And also having to spend a flash to get out of your own spawn because 9 Pandas just got that on lockdown. This is looking great for 9 Pandas, but this is where Legacy are also ramping up operations. Let's see how the hold is. Sees Dillarders. Klax is looking up into the wall, but he does get a kill at a crucial time. Drops back down. Cold Zero is low. And this is looking bleak for Legacy. Klax, he's gonna lob the nade. That's such an odd decision. But Cold Zero gets found through the smoke by Glowing.
And now he's trying to take the attention away from his teammates. Smoke gets blown open, and Glowing says, yeah, thank you very much. Don't mind if I do. Forced by unsuccessful, no plant either. And that means this first half is kind of starting to slip through the fingers of Legacy a little bit after a really nice start.
Yeah, no buy possible as well because they didn't get the plant. And the thing is, 9 Pandas don't look clean right now. Glowing as well probably should have died there. First of all, shouldn't have gotten the kill initially because we just spraying through the smoke and called a call bullet. And then the nade was exploded, or the smoke was exploded, and Glowing was panicking, trying to pull his weapon out because he was in the midst of throwing util and still was able to get that kill. And that's all after Klax had already was fumbling around with the nades, trying to throw one. But look at this out of Legacy. Yet again, it's rapid. But Seas gets back in position. Klax also with a kill. Seas this gun is starting to rattle, showing some signs of struggle. But the rest of the team, they all pick up the slack. Bang.
Job done. Doubling up on their opponents. Not only that, but they've won all 6 of their rounds in a row here. So that means the pressure's going to start to build on Legacy. As I've mentioned a few times, the last time these two teams played against each other on Inferno, it was a 6.5 on both sides of the map. So if 9 Pandas could exceed that, then they're going to be feeling very good about themselves at that point. And they're looking good to accomplish it as well.
Yeah, this is scary stuff, man. Legacy. They got peppered the first half, but we were able to bring it back somewhat. This is kind of what we envisioned. Look at this. There's just no hesitance at all on the side of 9 Pandas. They're so convinced in whatever they're doing. And sure, it got Dillard is punished earlier, but that was with a Glock. Now you've got yourself an incredibly deep position in Banana that even if you fall back, Legacy are going to have to spend the rest of the time clearing out Banana, and then they still have to make a move onto the site.
Yeah, deep control being taken here, and it's something 9 Pandas have looked to do quite regularly here on their CT side so far. Another deep smoke being thrown by Glowing, and he's trying to take the attention away from Dilladez's position. Molly's not going to flush him out, so he can remain here. Is he going to consider actually going through? That smoke's going to get blasted open. That's going to give Dilladez a line of sight, and he'll find a frag as a result. Where's his teammates? There we go. Activates at the perfect timing. 9 Pandas win out the skirmish in Banana, and that's going to force Legacy towards the opposite side of the map.
This is tough for Legacy. They're not going for this either. This round is just over. Oh my. And Clack's even spraying. I guess just in case they do start very late. But Legacy saving in this round. It just is a telltale sign of struggle all the way through for them.
Alright, well, must-win round now for the Brazilian team. Started the map nicely and lost to an eco round. They haven't been able to get a point on the board since then. There's a good kill out of Cold Zero, though. Dilladez and Glowing have consistently contested Banana, and this time, they will come off second best.
The 9 Pandas. They're already coming out better of this half. Even if Legacy mop up the remaining 2. Well, first they have to get across the hurdle. This time around, they've given themselves a leg up, most certainly. And Pandas have got enough money to buy up into the next one as well. Just don't get careless. That is exactly what I mean. Cold Zero also paying the price for it. Sees sure he has to take a bit of damage out. His balance also has to fall back, but they're forgetting about Clax.
Oh no. He's in the belly of the beast right now. Drops the bomb carrier, finds a second as well. The round has fallen apart at the seams here for the T side. Jack's going to look to try and smoke off the bomb. And the bomb has been recovered. Seized is in tow, but he won't be able to do anything about the plant itself. Lato left in the 1v2.
Yeah, that's fine. I like Clax falling back. Sure, they've got money for the next round, but that's fine. You want to win. Ultimately, Seized baits in the initial shot, and now they're trying to wrap Lato in this Taka that 9 Pandas have got set out for him. Lato, he's just going to get spotted, but Clax, he wasn't convinced at all that he actually saw him. Seized then swipes on in, and Seized is having an absolute stormer of a series.
Yeah, wonderful work coming through from Seized. 11 and 5, but it's the impact, right? The rotations that we've seen and the kills on either side of the map, the retakes as well. He's played a key role in. And that means that 9 Pandas go up 8-3, despite the fact that was a 3v5 in their opponent's favor. Things starting to slip away at a rate of knots here for Legacy. They've been able to get into decent positions in these rounds, but they just can't convert them. Must win now. Must win round to at least make it 8-4. 9-3 would be devastating for Legacy, particularly because they started this map up 3-0.
Has that must-win round shit not already sealed?
I mean, yes, but now it's still at that point of bare minimum, like, can you get anything?
Yeah, fair enough. Necky's trying to close the gap out his balance, not ready at all for the altercation. Please. Vision is going to be blocked. It doesn't hear a drop down, so he could just move on through. This could be a surprise for Legacy. They have to be ready for. Necky's drops right into his lap, then Barton just walks onto the site, dies, he picks up the Galil, and now up against Cold Zero, does a ton of damage at least, but that only makes this a level fight.
Yeah, 1 point of health, the difference between Cold Zero and Glowing right now. Glowing's got the kit, he's making his way up subtly. He's got the P250 out. What? Why? What is he? Is he doing it on hard mode on purpose? Like, Glowing? Why are you clutching with the P250? Is that just flexing all over Legacy?
That's movement speed. That's all that it is.
Okay, true, I guess. But still, that's remarkable. I mean, Cold Zero's just got to be kicking himself. And that's 9-3, 9 rounds in a row. And I guess the clue's in the name for 9 Pandas.
Now, where do the Pandas play into this? That's what I'm asking.
That's a good question. How many types of pandas are there out there? There's a giant panda, a red panda. I guess bears, bears aren't pandas. Are pandas
the giant
bears?
panda and the
bear?
red panda are the... Oh, you just named all the pandas that have ever existed.
For real?
Yeah, they're the only ones. So
no wonder I ran out of options. I started to think about bears after that.
Yeah. See, this is going to be rough. But they are about to forget about Cold Zero. No, not 9 pandas, man. They've been so diligent in all their moves.
Forgot about the omnipresent panda.
Yeah.
Alright, well, there you have it.
Yeah, so you're not going to be present at all anymore.
Yeah, double digits. Ripe for the taking, no way to retake this, and there's also Idis Balance who's looking to close the door in on the CT side and deny them from even saving Kevlar Julies and a kit. Look at how aggressive this is from the T side. Okay, well, that's a shot and a half.
Barton's still in the corner as well, able to shut down Dilladers, and Klax also loses his life. Some nice shots being hit here. And retaining the dualies, retaining something. Because now that they've actually been able to hold on to everything that they have, they can force up. And this is, oh, that's huge. Because that's armor. You don't necessarily... Okay, wait, hold up, C's. Here are the steps, of course, but... Yeah, Legacy with armor saved on Barton. Maybe there's an argument that you can go for the force buy. No, I just don't really think there is one. It sucks. But they are going for it.
I don't want the force buy here at all. Rather forego the 11-3 scoreline and get a full buy. How much of a difference is there really between 10-3 and 11-3? To put all your eggs in the basket of a force buy is so risky, because if you lose the force buy, then it's what, 11-3 with no investment in the next. And at that point, you're not even guaranteed a single full buy throughout your CT side.
Yeah, I also do think that it's a bit hopeful. That smoke was thrown by the CTs, right?
I think so. Makes the most sense.
I mean, still doesn't actually make sense, though. Because it
makes
is
more
right
sense on the
it.
T side.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Oh. Double smoke. Legacy, you can't be making these types of mistakes right now, man.
Yeah, absolutely, you don't have the usual
not.
for it.
Yeah.
Right, well, see what they can do with their force by 3 players set up towards B, 2 players set up towards archers. Honestly, I'd rather just see them go all in on a gamble stack, and if 9 pandas go to the opposite side of the map, then you just save your 4 sport weapons and you stand a chance in the next round while you eco. Because it has to be an all-in play. Either everybody has to stay alive or they all have to be together to stand a chance. Seas finds the first. No trade though, and this will funnel 9 Pandas into the 3-man setup on this B-bomb site. There's a good chance here for Legacy.
See, Necky's is glowing up against Necky's as well.
Oh, look at Coldzera.
Yeah, he's just running around. Right? Okay, that's
Yes.
still very scary, but yeah, no, the Clax can't do anything. Clax is all the way on the rotation. He's able to save the Galil at least with some armor. He'll just scutter away, but oh my god. Yeah, that was 9 Pandas losing track of themselves for a bit.
Yeah, it's quite surprising that they get funneled in towards the B side after seized. I guess it's because he goes down and he knows there's at least one more player there, so maybe thinking one on A, so it could only be 2B. I like the way that Coldzera even just paused for a moment before he got the kill, because that was able to run the clock down for an extra second or two. And Legacy, well, they make the force spy work.
Sure, it's a way back in. Now they have to fend it off as well. It's not like Legacy have got a ton of money at their disposal. That was one of the tougher rounds that they're going to have. On the face of it, at least. 9 Pandas have to try and squeeze themselves in somewhere.
Yeah, must-win round, obviously, here for the CT side. The next few are all must-win rounds for them. A lot of pressure on Legacy, who have gotten some control towards top banana, and they've, off the back of that, rotated the extra player over towards A. So, heavily fortified that side of the map, and it does look like 9 Pandas are leaning in that direction.
Delirious. He's had some insane moments with the P250. It's crazy, actually, that he got a 4K that one round. And apart from that, hasn't really been able to do anything. No Pandas. Gonna be a rough one. Necky's right around the corner. It's 2 kills initially for the CT side, but then 2 in response by the T side. This Pandas trying to hunt them down. Doesn't happen, and Legacy, they look like they fortified their defenses. And this Banner's getting caught off guard by Doom up from behind. And Legacy managed to get another one together, and that should be the go-ahead for another one as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Great work coming through here from Legacy as they claw their way back. 5 rounds between the teams. It's going to be an eco now for the T side as well, so that gap should be reduced to 4. And that scoreline looks a whole lot more doable for Legacy in the comeback, right?
Yes. All of a sudden, also with 9 Pandas being a tad bit shaky. There's positive signs here for Legacy. For 9 Pandas not winning against the CT side force buy. That's gonna sting a little bit. I'm presuming that they're gonna go for a tactical pause, which has been very efficient for them.
Lato's hoping that Dumao doesn't get all the kills, so that he could also do something with the MP9. He's able to get a kill. 1 solitary frag for the T side, and this is looking a lot better. I mean, we haven't really seen Legacy with any momentum behind them so far here in the series, right?
I think, but not really, no. There were some opportunities on overpass, but all of those quickly got shut down. I think, we could have been speaking about a bit of momentum for Legacy on overpass if 9 Pandas weren't able to take that tactical pause, win 2 straight, and win out the game. But now that 1 round actually does make a huge difference, right? Because if Legacy go broke, they've got some time to find their foot, and that's just a tad bit careless out of Coldzera. Obviously, the peak into middle, that was all planned, but late on the short reaction time, not really there. As an AWPer, you have to be rapid on it.
Dillard is looking to see if the AWP has been recovered yet or not, and Idas Balance takes so much damage, but Dilladez inflicts a lot of damage in the process, and it's very disconnected between the two players over towards the safe side of the map, but Lado times his peak so nicely. He's going to remain in position, and with good reason. Oh my god, Lato. 2 frags found and a massive amount of damage done to Klax as well.
Yeah, there should be a legacy round all the way through. Otherwise, they're going to be fuming. Barton, oh, this is always so scary, but finds the perfect peak. That nade. It doesn't even have to be close to Ida's Balance, just in the proximity. And Legacy, they are going to split the goalposts here. Could be the way back in for Ida's Balance, but I think him being on 2 HP, full belt of utility, armor, up. And there's plenty of reasons to be saving. But another moment where the timing of Lato's peak was absolutely brilliant. But when you've got that man advantage, you've got the luxury of sending somebody else instead of standing out into the open with Yuto out.
Yeah. Looking a bit discombobulated for 9 Pandas. But it's Legacy are fighting back and grinding their way through the CT side. Remember, this is all off the back of a 4-spy. Not showing signs of slowing down here. 4 rounds in a row for Legacy, and the next one should be added to the tally with relative ease. Sure, Idas Balance saves an AWP, and you know what? That's going to be enough for them to go all in here on this T side by the look of things.
Okay. And they've got max loss bonus, so if they do go all in, a tad bit more than this, but I guess they want to have a bit more of that luxury. They go down banana. That is Balance. Wouldn't have taken a lot of damage anyway, but just that little sidestep prevents 6 extra damage. So much utility spent. That's a 3 nade, a smoke, and a molly. And now a T-sided nade. Blowing. Eating bullets. Legacy, at least they do have control over Banner with all the utility that they've spent. Oh my god, okay, that's close.
This is a big round here. What a big opportunity for Legacy having to go up against the 4-spy. A great angle by Neckies and even inflicts major damage onto Idas Balance. Spartan knows that one stray bullet through the smoke would get the job done. Not going to happen, but it still looks great for the CT side in the 3 versus 4. Not like 9 Pandas have any obvious options available to them right now.
They have to bank more on Idas Balance, and Dillard is doing work here. Lone has actually dropped the bomb. What's the idea for 9 Pandas here? Yeah, Glown does go back to grab the bomb. That does make the most sense. They've been infiltrated, and that's bound to put up the pressure a little bit. That's the bomb down, though. And they're going to be careful to rotate over.
They're just going to save again here, I think. Oh, they can't though, right? Because they actually have to die to get their money going into the next. And there we go. Great angle hold by Lato. Although, kind of leaves his teammate high and dry. Yeah, Idas Balance definitely has to save. I didn't realize 9 Pandas didn't actually go all in. It was just a half buy to subsidize the AWP or supplement it and play around it. So, makes sense that Idas Balance saves. It'll be a full buy in the next. And we yet to see 9 Pandas win anything here in the second half outside of the pistol.
Scary stuff for 9 Pandas now, but now there's the round that really tells the tale. For 9 Pandas, in the previous time, they were better in the gun rounds due to being able to win that OT 4-1. It's only gun rounds there. Now they've got another one here. Only a little one glowing. Everybody else full utility. Idas Balance sure he has to hand in something, but well, he's got an AWP to play with. I think he needs to be thankful for that. Get a deep banana smoke for a Legacy. I like that they're playing passive off of the back of it.
What's the recovery here for 9 Pandas? Because if they lose this round, that's a leveled up scoreline before they get to invest again. And at that point, the game's completely slipped through their fingers.
It's scary. It can go very fast. But Legacy. Nine Pandas. It's very similar in terms of economy in Coldzera. It's just a simple peek out of Ida's balance. Okay, I thought they were going to go for the boost up. I would have loved that with the peak from Ida's balance, but that's just one faceted. Necky's taking a lot of damage in the meanwhile. This is scared for Legacy because they've just got Coldzera to try and hold down the line, but he's not seeing any activity here.
Oh man, he's holding an aggressive position and he'll phase back through the smoke. Great work coming through from Coldzera. The 2 kills at his hand. Oh my goodness, glowing fluffs his spray. And 9 Pandas are just not looking nearly as good as we're used to seeing out of them. Completely falling apart on this T side. It's time for a pause. Diladez jumping around will fall victim to Cold as well. That's the triple kill coming through for him. And that was just experience. Nothing flashy with the AWP, but good angles being held and hitting his shots as well.
Yeah, they had the smoke on CT, but they just didn't really capitalize upon that. You know, they allowed him to get onto the angle again. 9 Pandas. Feels like they're almost throwing softballs here. You know, the raw peak out of Ida's balance. Throwing the smoke, doing the correct play, but then not peeking into it, not getting control of the angle, allowing Coldzera to get another kill and also scutter away. And Pandas have to get vicious again. They're going to be held back by the molly, and also the spray for Duma will send them packing. 9 Pandas. It's a force buy. You really don't have anything to lose, but after this, it will be tied up.
Yeah, Latta, I was going to say, make sure you don't overstep the mark here because it can get ugly very quickly with the pistols that are in play right now. And that is going to be a frag back for the T side. They want more. They're going through the smoke right now. Cold has got the angle on lockdown though. Himself and Lato, no problem in mopping up those players as they emerge from the smoke. That is going to be the 10-all scoreline against all odds from 10-3 to 10-all. 7 in a row for Legacy. And they're not showing signs of slowing down any time soon either, right? I mean, it's not like these rounds have been particularly close. Has there even been a bomb plant for 9 Pandas? I don't think so.
Well, that's a good question. No, I don't think so, because Coldzera prevented one. And I think that's the closest that they've gotten. Well, Legacy have been great in shutting them down. This is aggressive. Legacy sending Coldzera and Barton. Peak by Clax, he does get tagged. Barton also loses his life, and this is what I'm talking about, the viciousness from 9 Pandas. Legacy. This is a save, surely. And they've got enough money, but just no chance in the 2v5. Legacy get overwhelmed very rapidly. All of a sudden, 9 Pandas, bang, they connect.
Yeah, finally they get a spring in their step, man. They show signs of life, and it looks a whole lot better out of them. And they're also looking to deny these players from saving their guns, and it's exactly what's going to happen. All 5 players hit the deck on the side of Legacy. As you mentioned already, more than enough money to afford a reinvestment in the next, but 9 Pandas must be breathing a massive sigh of relief after they get across the line in that round.
Does this stagger Legacy at all? Are they going to be able to find their feet? Because if they don't, they've got $1,900 coming their way into their bank account, and that's it. Deep smoke sees. I'm going to take control of it, actually. Probably scared of all the other utility that's about to come through. There are 2 smokes. You just briefly saw that on the minimap. Need to go through as well. Nobody on the other end. Let's see, he's just tapping away a bit.
I like the way Coldzera is floating around the map with the AWP. Good to see the diversity coming through from him. In the meantime, 9 Pandas have got good mid control. Necky's good for one. He spots so many though. There's the AWP, but oh, it's dispatched off almost instantly. And it's only the one out of Barton. That's going to be sounding the end of the round. The 3 versus 2, you can't commit to the retake because then you've got nothing to work with in the round afterwards if you don't get across the line on the retake. Lato's kind of feeling it out, but I don't think they're actually going to go for this, you know? And there we go. That's got to be the end of it. And that's 9 Pandas getting to map and series points.
Yep. Legacy, however, indeed, they have to save. There's no argument here even. Pandas have to make sure that they actually vacate the premises. Seized and Dillard is as low as they are. Surely Dillard's just gonna die. Caesar's gonna die as well.
Oh, yikes.
You win the round, you've got enough money, but it just looks stupid.
All right, well, 12-10. Legacy have to win 2 rounds in a row. They were able to win 7 in a row to level up the scoreline. Hopefully that didn't take all the gas in the tank. Hopefully they've got another 2 in them to force overtime. It was overtime the last time these two teams played against each other on Inferno, so I'm certainly not counting it out.
Neither, but it still is going to be around where we look at their weaponry. They managed to get 2 FAMASs out. Barton, Mag 7. I have to presume that that's going to be played at the half wall. It's still scary. And now Pandas, they're able to regain control again. Look at those CT sided in rounds. First 9 Pandas. And then so many in a row. And now it is Legacy. And I guess these two teams, they're just going blow for blow continuously on this map. Previous time it happened at 6-6, and going into OT. It was 9 Pandas, but right now Legacy can count themselves very happy if they manage to get this into OT first place.
Yeah, well, that's the only goal on the table right now. That's the only thing that they're going to be looking at and hoping for. Get this into overtime. They've got a okay arsenal of weaponry. 1 kit, 2 kits rather. Oh, 3 kits. I can count. There we go. Oh, man. Clax, go for the wall bang. Do it. Go on, lad. 2 players boosted up on the roof right now.
Do it.
Just go like full Lord Palpatine. Do it.
Clax first gonna clear this. Now you spray. Clax, come on.
Do the thing, man.
Yeah.
Come on. All the people want to see it.
Yeah, he's going back now
Do the
to
bit.
do it.
Here we go. The thing is, it's actually working really well. The presence he's feigning, because look at that B bomb site. It's only Lasso who's there. He's got the smoke grenade out. I think 9 Pandas go through the smoke. You know, they've done it before.
It's a very easy call to make from our perspective, but they don't know what's on the other side. They've got no real other information. They're going to get some here, though. That's them moving through, and Lasso, he's going to be held back by the smoke on the other side. 9 Pandas, they're going to be able to play post-plant here. Lowen also playing it safe. And then you've got Clax trying to hold off the rotations.
This was a huge gamble from Legacy because nobody even moved a muscle towards the top of middle after the full exec came through, so they're leaving themselves so much work to do on the retake. 10 players left alive here for the whole on the server, and the bomb's already halfway gone. This is going to have to be a miraculous retake coming through from the CT side.
No, they're trying to make this one work, but they're taking their sweet old time. They're going to enter now. It's a free kill for Neckies, but then this is just over. There's no way the 9 Pandas are going to lose this one, right? Dumo on the defuse. Dumo still on the defuse. Clax doesn't manage to locate him. The Legacy, they do manage to pull it away.
Crazy work coming through from Dumao in and amongst all the chaos. He realized he had to get on that defuse. He had to punch in the digits. And the round goes the way of Legacy. Against all odds, they make the retake happen. That's a disaster for 9 Pandas. Oh man.
God. Yeah, they had everything, man. They had everything. But just got funneled out. Legacy left no room for error. Fortunately for them, they didn't make any. Thing is, though, they have to do it another time. Perhaps not the retake, but at least fend up 9 Pandas. Otherwise, this still gets pulled across the finish line, and we've got 9 Pandas into the next round where Legacy find themselves left behind.
All right, well, 1 round left in the map. Is it going to be a replica of what we saw the last time these two teams played against each other on Inferno? Do we go as far as overtime? Or is it going to be bust here in the final round of the map for Legacy? I'm backing OT here, man. And the double nade is phenomenal. I just balance. Molly forces him backwards. He looks to try and impose himself at the start of the round, but boy, have they successfully forced him back.
There's balance. Has to respect that. There's been some position gain. Clax has got the chance to do the funny again. Just right through. Flash just peeks before the flash. Clax, you've cleared everything out. Peek it one more time. And get the spray in, lad. He's actually going to do it, but we're not going to be on board to watch it. Oh well, still it is. They're going to realize that they wish they had done it. Nicky has to get the hell on out. It sees to get the kill. They still have to retrieve the bomb. This is such an awkward phase right now for 9 Pandas. They've gotten the bomb side, but no bomb to plant.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they try to go B from here. It would be a huge gamble. Oh, they face straight to the smoke! No, not like this! Okay, there's still a chance, but now 9 Pandas know for a surety that Dumao's over towards A. It looks like Dumao, does he read the situation as well? Does he realize that they're probably going to try and shift towards the opposite side of the map? It's not the case anymore. Now he's using the smoke to fade. He's going to creep his way forward. Balance is not even looking in this direction. But it's okay, because the trade comes through from throwing. And with that, the map and the series go the way of 9 Pandas.
My, oh my, they left it damn close, though. A huge lead coming into the second half, but Legacy, they do falter. It was a very good comeback. They did well. Herculean effort, but Legacy, they just fall short. Only barely second to 9 Pandas. And, well, that is them out of CCT. That is very unfortunate for them. And 9 Pandas, they were bound to win that from the start with a huge half that they had already. A 9-3 on their CT side. I think Legacy can count themselves happy that they got this within 2.
Yeah, I certainly agree with you, man. I mean, it was looking like it was destined for overtime there. What a fight back. I mean, 7 rounds in a row from Legacy to level it up, then 12-10. Then the way they retook in that 23rd round, absolutely chaotic scenes. And that is going to be the end of Legacy's run here. And that means that their opponents, 9 Pandas, progress through to the semis. It would be cool if we could actually bring up the bracket so we could now have a look at the quarterfinals, even if we don't have the addition of 9 Pandas, which we do. Our graphics team are on the ball.
Yeah, they're quick, man. They're quick. I saw their entire sheets that they've got for it. It's fantastic. But 9 Pandas, they're going to be up against Ecstatic. That's definitely another quarterfinal because both 9 Pandas and Ecstatic, they were in a position where it should have been a best of 3. It played out to its entirety, but they just waltz over their opponents in at least some part of the map. So them facing each other, yeah, I'm kind of on board actually with your call that 9 Pandas are going to make it to the grand final. It looks stellar.
Yeah, I mean, you could look at all 8 of these teams and make a case for them making it through to the grand finals, right? Like, this bracket is so open-ended right now.
Well, yes, also no. I feel like Sprout and Fours are going to have a bit of a tough time, purely due to Sprout having...
Fours out.
Yeah, but I mean, they've won against alternate attacks who've really been struggling in CS2.
Yeah.
Sprout, they had a very strong result against Mouse and XT. They're all capable of it, but I think certainly more Popovs than others. I think 9 Pandas and saw they're kind of the front runners, perhaps even together with Ecstatic. You know, whoever is coming from Ecstatic versus 9 Pandas has got bang.
Yeah, I mean, Hyperia, it's a sad day for Rain, my friend. This is your last CCT cast.
Yes, indeed. It is my final one. And
it's been a journey, man. It's been a hell of a journey.
It's been a long journey, and I'm of course sad that it comes to an end, but very glad that the experience were made along the way. Absolutely fantastic. But hey, look, even though this might be my last day of the contract for CCT, you don't need to shed a tear because I know you don't care about me. You just want me to start the matches, press the buttons, and stuff like that. So it's all right, chat. You don't need to worry about me. We'll meet in the future, but there's more CCT action that will be going on. Of course, we need to finish East Europe, so make sure to stay tuned. We'll be back with more action tomorrow, and thank you all so much for having me. Have a good one.
I A very complicated job, but I love simple things so much. One move. One push. One touch. One love. One click. One X-bet.
You look into your inventory and there's only... It's time to forget about this garbage. Here you will find everything to play with really cool skins. Open top cases. Upgrade dropped skins and turn your junk into a cool gun using the contract system. Every day, thousands of people upgrade their inventory with us. Hellcase.com. Look at yourself in a new way.
Watch the matches with bo3.gg, the official stats partner of CCT. Check out AI-powered predictions in live matches. Get access to live scoreboards packed with in-depth weapons and grenade statistics. Check out round maps in the match results. Extend your game vision with bo3.gg.
Yo, what are you doing?
Exhibit?
What do you think? I'm a paperclip? It's Mr. X to the Z. You need to quit browsing like a lame and get Opera GX. Because with GX mods, you can pimp your motherfucking browser. All you gotta do is click here, select the mod, and boom! New look, new sounds, new everything. It's not easy being a legend. Oh, shit. Not again. Change the mod now. Download Opera GX.